While the electric crossover has been popular, the name still stirs quite the controversy. In any event, Ford still considers this a Mustang, and so we will too for the purposes of this video. The brochure states that Ford Mustang Mach-e delivers a driving experience like no other Mustang before it. We're talking uninhibited exhilaration on every drive, courtesy of the all-electric drivetrain with its breathtaking power and torque. It takes less than half a second to reach maximum torque figures. You also get electric power-assisted steering and a fully independent suspension, which is designed for lightweight strength working together to channel this thrilling output to the road. When you opt for the GT Performance Edition, like what is shown in the video, you get respectable numbers, to be sure. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds, 480 horsepower, 634 pound-feet of torque, and brakes by Brembo. The Magna-Ride suspension damping system adjusts at each corner 1,000 times per second, and inside you have performance seats, Miko suede inserts, and dual-motor all-wheel drive for enhanced traction. Controversial as it is, the Mustang Mach-e GT Performance is quite the vehicle. Hey everyone, in today's in-depth review we are taking a look at this brand new 2023 Ford Mustang Mach-e. And today's Mach-e is a bit special. It is the GT4X, and it does have the $6,000 GT Performance package in it. The full details of that are in the description box, as well as all the optional equipment. As you see on the screen, the sticker price is quite expensive. Of course, being an EV, it is all-wheel drive as well, and it's pretty fast. You'll see the performance specs soon. One of my favorite things about this vehicle is actually the paint. It is called Space White Metallic. It's a pearlescent metallic, almost has hints of gray in it. It's almost like a ceramic. And the interior is the black ActiveX leatherette. It is the performance leatherette interior, so it's pretty cool. Today's review is going to be a full, detailed, in-depth review. We're going to cover everything from mechanical to performance, economy, interior, exterior, and everything in between. As stated previously, our Mach-e is the GT Performance version with dual-motor all-wheel drive system, which is fully automatic with no driver inputs. Power comes in the form of dual permanent magnet AC synchronous electric motors, each placed at the front and rear axles respectively. Between both motors and the floor pan lies a high-voltage battery packs. The motors work together to create a combined output of 480 horsepower and 634 pound-feet of torque. Car and Driver magazine road tested their GT Performance from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. 0 to 100 miles per hour came in 12.4 seconds, and the quarter mile was trapped in 12.7 seconds at 101 mile per hour speed. It carries a top speed that is governor limited to only 120 miles per hour. Due to the performance package, our Mach-e replaces a standard 88 kilowatt-hour battery for a 91 kilowatt-hour liquid-cooled lithium-ion 4-sandwich battery pack, and it consumes 41 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles driven and can be fully charged in 10.1 hours on 240-volt DC charging. Its estimated total driving range is around 220 miles. 1 gallon of gasoline carries an electric energy equivalent of 33.7 kilowatt-hours. EPA fuel economy equivalent figures are 88 miles per gallon E in the city, 76 miles per gallon E on the highway, and a combined average of 82 miles per gallon E. The sole available transmission is not a transmission, but rather a single-speed direct drive unit with driver-changeable drive modes including Whisper, Engage, Unbridled, and in our GT Performance, the track and closed course only Unbridled extended mode. Each drive mode has a unique cluster animation and visual. The Mach-e also includes single pedal driving as well. Alright, and as we walk along the rear of the Mach-e GT, as you can see, it's very aggressively styled front and back. Very steeply raked sloping hatchback design, tri-bar tail lamps. Alrighty, around the rear of the Mach-e GT, as you can see, even though it's a four-door hatchback, and of course all the purists will say it's not a Mustang, it still has some Mustang traits, such as the sequential tri-bar rear turn indicators. They actually turn amber when the turn indicators are on. Other than that, they're almost always red. And the really steeply sloping roof line has this gloss black panel here that actually adds some height to it. If you just look at this part here, it looks very narrow. And that whole roof is glass and does steeply rake into this really nice shoulder here, all the way into the taillights and that rear glass there. You also have a small vestigial spoiler as well. But overall, even though I know people are going to say it's not a real Mustang, it still looks good back here. It looks better than most sport utilities, I'd say. And of course, down below, you do have your Venturi diffusers, rear parking sensors, and your backup light is integrated into the lower portion of the bumper. And as we walk along the profile, you'll see that the dimensions reflect the exterior design. Just a very low-slung, low-profile four-door hatchback. I know it's not a real Mustang, as some of the purists would say. Ford designed it to be a Mustang, so I guess it would be. But anyway, and I love the wheels. The wheels are one of the coolest looking parts of the car as well. Steering is electrically assisted, vehicle speed sensitive, variable rate, rack and pinion with 3 turns lock to lock, and a 38.1 foot turning radius. Wheels are the 20 by 8 inch machine faced aluminum with high gloss ebony painted pockets and are shod in 245 45R20 Pirelli P0 Elect high performance 3-season tires. Brakes are electrically assisted 4-wheel disc with ABS, regenerative braking, RSC traction control, pedestrian detection, auto stop capabilities, and adaptive cruise start and stop. Alright, now that we're coming along the front of the vehicle, if this were a gas-powered vehicle, it'd still be really, really cool. Being electric, it gives a little bit more in the aerodynamics, but this is just a really cool car. Very cool style, very awesome paint. I'm just going to come in on close on the paint because it's absolutely stunning. It's a very whitish gray ceramic color. Looks awesome in the sun. Alright, looking up front at the Mach-e GT, it's a very aggressive style. Very aggressively styled. I really like it actually. It's very sporty. Kind of go over some of the details here, and this space white looks absolutely striking. First and foremost, really bulky mirrors with the gloss black skull caps. You do have LED repeaters here. You've also got integrated cameras. They are power folding, going down the fender line here into the very narrow headlamps. Full LED headlamps, high beams and low beams. You've also got the white daytime running lights. And right now we have the sequential turn indicators lit up. Down below, you do have parking sensors. You've also got flow-through ventilation in this area here to help cool the brakes and also dissipate any extra air for more aerodynamics. And of course up front, no grille is needed, but it does have kind of a ringer for a grille. It's textured here. You do have the prancing horse here, the galloping Mustang, front-facing camera here, and it does have a washer integrated into it. And you do have active grille shutters here for the cooling system, especially for battery cooling and the air conditioner, which is on right now because it is kind of warm out today. But overall, it just looks really, really good. All right, before we get inside, take a quick look at the key here. It's a standard Ford key fob. Just has 4 buttons: unlock, lock, hatch release, panic alarm. No remote start because there's no need to remote start this vehicle. You can actually precondition the interior via the app on your phone, the Ford app. And of course we have the black Mustang horse on the back of the key fob. Now this is Ford's intelligent key smart key access system. As you can see right now, the vehicle is locked due to the fact that the mirrors are folded in. But if you want to unlock the vehicle, you just simply have to approach it with the key fob in your purse or pocket. This little button here, if you press that, it'll sense the keys and it'll automatically present the door to you. You cannot actually close it. I'll show you here in a second. If you want to lock the vehicle, just press the lock button here. It's kind of put on the thing. But we're going to go ahead and open the vehicle doors. As you can see, I cannot close this door. The back seats are the same way. And the reason why is there's actually a little plunger Kind of probably saw that go in. This right here strikes up against the sill here. Keeps it from being able to pinch you. But anyway, we're inside, and let's take a look at this interior. A very nice attention to detail. Quick look at the door panels, and then we'll go through the rest of the interior. As you can see here on the door panels, you have this really nice soft touch vinyl material, kind of feels like leather. A satin silver stripe here. A bunch of Alcantara across the dash, door panels, more of that soft touch vinyl, accent stitching. We have 3 driver memory, power lock switch here. We also have our window lockouts, power mirror foldaways, power windows. This is our door release for the inside of the car. We do have the premium Bang & Olufsen sound system and some molded mat pockets and bottle holders in the door pockets. Taking a look at the driver's side instrument panel, let's take a look at some of the materials here. We have this really nice speaker cloth here. I like that feel there. This diamond etched metal, more Alcantara with stitching. And down here we do have a couple controls. We have max windshield defroster, headlamp controls, instrument panel brightness and dim, and our stability control. This is our front trunk release. And of course, only 2 pedals, accelerator and brake. And it does have the interior protection package, so we do have all-weather floor mats that go in here. Stainless steel tread plate with the Mustang horse and the GT logo, and this is illuminated at night. The seats on the driver and passenger are 8-way power adjustable, and we do have 2-way adjustable lumbar supports here. Let's take a look at the seats. The standard Mach-e GT just gets the standard heavily bolstered Mach-e seats, and they do have the copper accent stitching. Now these have the performance seats in them, so they have these really wild looking upper bolsters, a lot more lateral support here, and you have that really cool Active X material. It's kind of like suede or leather. It's really cool. Fixed in place head restraints here, as you can see, and then your shoulder supports here. And this material here is actually really cool. It's actually laser etched, and it has this reflective material, much like what you have like in a tracksuit or diving suit or whatever. And that striping goes all the way down the seats. You have more Alcantara, the ActiveX leather, and here you have the Ford Performance badge here. Another cool feature is the full length glass fixed in place roof. There's a solar shield roof, so it does tint out the solar rays, and the cabin does stay quite cool. Alright, now we're inside. Let's pan through the interior, show more details. Electrically assisted power steering, as stated before, on a nice, thickly leather-wrapped steering wheel. It's got accent stitching. It's a 3-spoke steering wheel, and it is heated. It also adjusts for tilt and telescoping manually. You have the Mustang horse here, and inside the corral, it's just a gloss black trim. And over on the left-hand side, we have our cruise control settings. So we have standard cruise control. We have our distance controllers for the adaptive cruise, and our lane keep assist over here. And our left stalk controls our turn indicators and our high beams and flash to pass. And this screen here is actually for the Blue Cruise, the adaptive cruise control for semi-autonomous driving. And the sensors here just keep an eye on your eyes to make sure you're paying attention to the road. The flashing alternating red lights that you see are not visible. My camera just picks up ultraviolet. So, but anyway, if you're looking at this black screen, there's absolutely nothing visible to your eyes. Anyway, moving on. Over here on the right hand side, we have audio controls, phone controls, Bluetooth controls, and we have our wiper washer control for the front and rear wiper. All right, front and center in here, what looks to be like a small touchscreen display is actually not. It's just a driver information display screen, and it's very basic in its layout, which means everything is at a glance and easy to read. You have your range, percent, and your power. You have your direction here, vehicle status here, labeled ground speed here, just your speedometer. This would be a speed limit sign if we were on the road, Prindle, miles, and everything down here is just going to be like your warning light arrays. All right, moving over the top of the dash, let's take a look at this. It kind of follows the suit of the dual binnacle design of the standard Mustang. However, it is marred by this gigantic floating touchscreen. I say marred, it's just interrupted by it. Let's just say interrupted. I actually like the tablet portrait landscape, or the portrait orientation of this screen. And this screen has a ton of information. So right now we're just in the energy, and it's not very efficient right now since I'm just sitting here. But if you hit the home button, you'll see you have a bunch of different apps. So you have your radio, your phone, your navigation, and it comes up in this really nice, easy to read screen. You can move it around, you can pinch the zoom, all that kind of stuff, 3D, center in on your location. You can monitor your energy usage, all that kind of stuff. And then we just have more stuff: media, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, charging, so you can take a look at all the different charging areas, what your charging history is, all that kind of stuff. And then tire pressures, trip energy usage, which we were just looking at, digital owner's manual. We do have a sketch pad as well, which is kind of fun. You just draw on it. Anyway. And then we have entertainment. So we have just a bunch of different games: tiles, blocks, lane change, double sum, Sudoku, all that kind of stuff. Cameras will show all of your cameras, top down 360 view. And we also have front and rear cameras here. Parking sensor power switch over there. And then we can go into like settings, and basically all of our controls: driver mode control, sound, phone, vehicle, everything. And then moving down the screen, it's divided into this part here is all of our climate controls. So we have climate controls here. You can adjust your temperature by using the wheel. As you can see, it actually turns into a temperature icon, and the color will change on the wheel farther up or down you go. It also changes inside the wheel as well, which is really cool. 3 levels of automatic. You've also got your fan speed. And you can see the fan is actually turning in here, and you can turn your fan speed off and on. And then we can go into our climate distribution. So defroster, the upper portion, lower portion, and the blend of everything. It kind of shows where everything is flowing through. So it's flowing, you know how it works. Max AC, all that kind of stuff. And then this will also control your volume. So there you go. Heated seat controls, heated steering wheel controls, fan speed, all that kind of stuff is down there. And there we go. That's just a lot in this screen. Alright, moving down, we have wireless charging, USB Type-C and Type-A. We've got cup holders. We've got the parking sensor, or the park assist here, 4-way flashers, electronic parking brake, our rotary dial shift for our transmission. Nice little stitched area here. We have a folding center armrest with a GT logo here. It lifts up to reveal this roll top. And inside here is a nice carpeted area with some storage, a 12-volt power point. So yeah, there we go. That is the interior of the Mach-e GT. Just a very thoughtful place to be, very nice and quiet. I actually like it. I'm pretty impressed by it, to be honest with you. And let's take a look overhead real quick so we can show some of the controls. We have 3-channel home link universal garage door opener. We do have sunglasses holder here. We've got overhead reading lights. They're just little LED lights here. We've also got ambient lighting, passenger airbag indicator, global lighting, and our dome override. We have a small frameless mirror here. It's auto dimming. Sun visors, of course, do fold down, and they have illuminated vanity mirrors with some of the nicest vanity illumination I've seen yet. It's very modern, just very nice looking, integrated into the mirror very nicely. And of course, these sun visors do swing out, and they slide out on extension rails. In addition, we have high adjustable seat belts and dampened overhead assist handles. Alright, let's take a look at the rear seat now. Now this does say vehicle not for sale, is just simply because this vehicle is a demo from Ford. As you'll see, the button here is the same as on the front, except we don't have the little handle there as we do over here. Anyway, same exact way to open the door. Just press this button here. As you can see here, the door will not close. You can't close it, and it's because of that little plunger, and it retracts very quickly, but it's right there. Anyway, here we are inside the rear seat of the Mach-e GT. The door panels back here carry the same theming as the front doors. Soft touch material here, stainless steel trim, divides the two materials, Alcantara and the vinyl. We also have padded armrests with accent stitching, power window controls, nice little power door release here, our speakers on the door panels, molded mat pockets. And taking a look at the seats, now the seats back here are nowhere near as bolstered as the front seats. In fact, there's almost no bolstering at all. But we do have high adjustable head restraints. It is a 60/40 split folding seat. All three seats get the adjustable head restraints. And we still have the same kind of material back here as we do up front, the ActiveX material. As you can see, it is a very steep ragging roof line, so headroom in the back is not as great as it is up front. Check out that glass panel though for the back passengers. There's no shade or anything, but it is solar tinted, so it does actually help keep the interior cool. In addition, we have overhead assist handles, overhead reading lights, small little windows here. We have a fold down center armrest, no console, but it does have an armrest and integrated cup holders. And taking a look at the rear of the console here, we have adjustable air vents. You can turn them off and on. And we have USB Type A and Type C power. No mat pockets. All right, and say you want to fold the seats, that's very easy to do. Locate this button here and fold the seat down. About as easy as it can be. Alright, so there are several ways to open both luggage areas. We're going to concentrate on the rear first. So the best thing to do, like if you want to do it from the touchscreen, you can just go into the settings. And in your drive mode, you'll see buttons up here. You have front and rear. So you can press the rear and it'll open up the rear luggage area. Alright, and the second way to open the rear luggage area is just underneath the hatch, about where the license plates would be. There's a membrane switch here. You can press that button and it will release the trunk lid. And it's important to note that it is an opening hatch, or power opening hatch. The other way, easiest way, double click your key fob button. Opens up nice and wide, and you can set the height setting if you want. You just adjust your height there, and then you can set it. And that's to close it. And you can also use the handle here as well. It does have a privacy cover. There is the luggage area for the Mach-e. Very nice and spacious. Nice load flat floor. And you've got your interior illumination back here. 12-volt power point, some grocery hooks, speakers, small little molded area for storage, tie down hooks, another molded area here, and just a air return vent, grocery hook here. Underneath the floor, we do have our charging cables and our tire inflator kit. No spare tire on this vehicle. All right, so here is the luggage area with the hatch or the rear seats in the upright position. To fold the seats from back here is actually pretty easy. It's not that far of a stretch. There's no button or anything. You just have to press these buttons on the backs of the seats, just like we showed earlier. As you can see, they fold right down. Nice and flat. And there is the luggage area with the seats folded. And to fold them back up, you'll just have to go to the back of the car, back seat, and put them back up. All right. Closing the lift gate. All right, and inside the same screen as you would the rear luggage area that we just showed, if you want to open your front trunk, inside your settings and inside your drive mode area, you'll see your front trunk pictogram. Press that button and it'll unlatch your front trunk. All right, to manually open the front trunk, we get inside and in the driver's footwell, what looks to be a hood release. We're just gonna lift this up twice. Once to unlatch it, the other time unlocks it. And this way you don't have to fiddle with the latch release, you just open it. And because the battery and the motors are underneath the car, we have no powertrain components inside the front. Very clever enough. So what we have in place is a nice storage area. It is completely sealed and weather stripped. But as you can see here, we have a nice deep floor here. Some molded cup holders here. You do have illumination and our emergency release that does glow in the dark. But in addition, because it is still a primary part of the car's functions, we do have some accessibility for like headlamps. You've also got fuses, battery stuff, 12-volt battery system, jump points here. We've got more headlight adjusters here, washer fluid here. But anyway, there you go. That is the trunk, the front trunk of the Mustang Mach-e. Really cool here. You also have a large Mustang logo there as well. And to close it, you just close it as you would a normal hood. Alrighty, and there we go. A very exhaustive, in-depth review of the 2023 Mach-e GT. We hope you found the review informative, and if you did, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Check us out at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and Instagram at BrenzoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.